is it okay if I touch you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is it okay if I touch you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Before we get started, is it okay if I touch you? Are you fucking serious?
As a man, if my barber says, is it okay if I touch you? My first thought is, he wants to get spicy. I know you clicked on the video, but do I have your consent to start? Today, we're going through 3 levels of consent. Obviously, we all understand and respect consent. But how much consent do you need? So I'm going to try and defend the first 2 levels that we're going to go through today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to defend the 3rd.
So is it okay if I touch you? No.
If you are in a hairdresser's chair, it is implied when you sit, you have consented to physical touch. If I'm at the barber's, I'm at their mercy. Move my head as much as you need, just don't make me look like I lost the bet. I would understand if they were blind, but there's mirrors on the walls for multiple reasons. We got a severe case here, possible internal injuries. Hold on, we need to ask him for consent first. Right, but they're unconscious. Get the psychic, we need a seance ASAP. Spirits, we seek permission to aid this soul. May we touch them?
Let's move, we got consent!
In their defense, I could imagine this being great for me as a child, but only because my dad would take me to the cheapest Algerian barber in London. He would say nothing to them. So, as he was cutting my hair, he would be pulling it so hard, it was like he was trying to get me to call him daddy. I thought it was normal to cry during a haircut. Don't have to ask for consent, just don't hurt them. I've been to barbers where they haven't said a word to me. Nicest people I've met. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? But I get it. One yes from a particular barber and the situation could lead to. But on the other side, it could be like just a bit off the top. But for real, I get it. It could just be a consultation. But if you're not 100% abundantly clear on the internet,
you're going on Twitter.
If she said, are you ready to start? No one would bat an eye. I'm sure she specifically markets to people with disabilities, with sensory issues, sensory overloads, people that would have like meltdowns if randomly touched. So I get it. We can be confused, sure, but to hate on her, stop it. Level 1. If you think that's bad...
All right. So Jane, just to clarify, because viewers will be watching this going, how do I do this with my 3-month-old baby? What are the signs they should look for of a baby not giving consent for its nappy to be changed?
So you know, it's just looking for that moment of respect.
What is that moment? Show me, what does a baby do?
So for a baby, there'll be a tiny relaxation.
Hey, sweetie, can I change your nappy? Was that a yes or a no? Use your body language. You're not doing it right. It's all in the look.
Sure, mate. Change it. I just shot myself.
I don't know how many of you have actually taken care of babies and toddlers, but if we started asking for permission, half of them would just say no and run away. Like, I believe you should teach your kids consent from an early age. It is important. More parents should do it. Teach your kid if they don't want to be hugged or touched, they should be allowed to say no. Teach them they have a right to be comfortable and their body is their own. The baby though, the baby doesn't always consent, but it always gets a clean butt. With babies, you can't ask permission, but you can tell them what is happening. Otherwise, you're going to end up with your own version of the apocalypse. Day 69. My baby still hasn't said yes or given any form of coherent consent to change it. The diaper must weigh 100 kilograms right now. I've tried everything. Sign language, telepathy, interpretive dance, nothing. The smell. It's become sentient. But at least I'm a progressive. I'm a first-generation gentle parent. Back when one of my brothers was still a toddler, I woke up at 1 p.m. and I found out I was left alone with him. He was watching Cocomelon and he was completely ignoring his own aroma. I didn't know how to change diapers. And I wasn't gonna learn today. So I took him to the shower, I sprayed him with the shower heads, and then I wrapped him around in a white towel and prayed for his parents to come home before he went for round 2. Again, the baby doesn't always consent, but they always get a clean butt. Some people believe there's a sexualization to them during this. Therapists will tell you that the most common intrusive thought from mothers is that they are subconsciously, unintentionally doing this when changing diapers, giving bath times, and all of that. It's the most common worry. Doesn't mean it's true. Therapists will say, if you're worried about it, the fact that you're worried about it shows you're not a problem. We can't be like Gary and let consent consume us. This is Gary. Gary asks his plants for consent before watering them. Gary hasn't been on a second date yet. There is a high chance that this TV segment is just rage bait. Rage bait is a technique news channels use to get more viewers and gain more advertisement money. Despite the fact that there are many people online debating about this, I'm sure the woman on the show was trying to do a similar message to where I was going here. But also, it's a great way to make Piers Morgan look intelligent, since he loves cutting you off midway through a question he just asked you. But do you know something I can't defend? Level 3.
A lot of people are shocked to hear that I have children, considering I sued my parents for having me without my permission. But I just want to make a couple of things clear here. So, my parents that I sued, they contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me, and that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job. I just didn't consent to that. They didn't try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to be here, and that's why I sued them. If you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be here.
How can you sue your parents for bringing you into this world? Were they drug addicts, drinking and smoking during your pregnancy? If you're capable of filing a lawsuit and Child Protection Services haven't taken you away already, I doubt it. Here's the thing. She was acting, that was satire. But it's based on real lawsuits. 25 years ago, 2 people had a romantic evening, and because of that, I have to work every day.
The audacity.
He did consent by being the sperm that beat the rest. He was the alpha. And choosing not to self-abort in the womb is choosing to be born. If he really wanted to send a message, he could have communicated with Morse code. Let's see if we can hear the little guy's heartbeat. SOS. This was a mistake. Ooh, he's got rhythm. I can imagine this guy at pro-life rallies. You're killing a baby. Abortion is murder. Delete me. A baby. Delete me. Delete me. Let him die. Let him die. If only he won. I might have wanted to do the same thing. Parenting is a pyramid scheme after all. It would be more realistic for you to sue your parents for the money they held during birthdays, Christmases, Eids, and whatever else, but I lost count. There's nothing I can say to defend him. Mainly because I don't want to. The parents, they didn't consent. They didn't consent to you being a disappointment. But if I had to and I couldn't afford a lawyer. Order. As you were a minor at the time of your birth, your parents consent to your birth on your behalf. Now, is there any other questions before the verdict gets left to the jury? Your Honor, I present to you Exhibit A. Order! Defense rests, Your Honor. Do you think I'm wrong here? Have I lost it? I want to hear what you think. Like and subscribe, and if someone asks you if they can touch you, remember. Alright, can I touch you? No.